Welcome to my channel. I'm Allison from Youcook. Besides cooking, I enjoy nature and skiing. I took a short break to enjoy my winter season with the boys in my family. What a beautiful day, isn't it? I wish I can ski a little bit longer, but Mommy's got to cook. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please do me a big favor, click the button subscribe, and let's dive right into the following recipes. By the way, Happy Chinese New Year, Year of the Tiger. Timing is important when you prepare more than one recipe. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my soup first because soup takes a bit longer to cook. Blanch my pork shoulder about 1 pound, and then also blanch my pork bone about 1 pound, so total will be 2 pounds. If you had watched all my videos before this, you probably know what I'm doing right now. Basically adding salt and vinegar to remove impurities from my pork bones and pork meat before I cook. I'm using high temperature to remove impurities such as blood or anything that stuck to the meat before I prepare my soup. Salt and vinegar help to tenderize the meat and help to release minerals from the bone. This is my standard pot to prepare soup for my family. I always use a quartz pot. Fill up the water halfway, add in my meat and bone, add in 1 tablespoon of salt. Bring it to boil. Also, smash 1 thumb-sized ginger and add it into the pot. I'm using about 1 bag or 8 ounces of red bean, dry red bean. You can pick it up at any Asian grocery market. Wash and rinse a few times and then add about a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder is an optional item. If you have time, then you don't need to add baking powder. This is lotus root. You're looking. I'm using 5 of them. Cut off the tips, peel off the skin, and cut them into small chunks. Lotus root is very sweet and crunchy, and Chinese like to cook during Chinese New Year because it symbolizes abundance for the entire year. It also nice and warm and very nourishing for the winter, so this recipe is perfect for Chinese lunar calendar New Year. Once again, I'm just going to peel the skin off and cut the lotus root into chunks just like that. Remove impurities on the top layer, then add in chopped lotus root and red bean. Bring it to boil, heat is high, remove impurities as needed. If you have dry longans, you can add in about 5 of them. Fill water up to the rim and bring it to boil, then turn it down to medium to low and cook for 2 hours. In Chinese culture, red color represents joy, luck, and happiness. Therefore, I'm picking this red waxy corn for my recipe because it symbolizes the fact that what Chinese believe in red color for Chinese New Year. If you don't have it, you can just add regular corn. That should be okay as well. I'm just gonna cut it into chunks or section like that and drop it into my soup. This is an optional item, goji berries. You can add to the soup in the last 15 minutes before serving. Total time to prepare this lotus root and red bean soup is about 2 hours and 30 minutes, with additional 15 minutes to cook corn and 15 minutes to cook goji berries. This is one of the Chinese recipes that I often prepare during Chinese New Year. This recipe is completed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prepare another recipe that most Vietnamese would prepare during Chinese New Year or Tết. Braised pork with eggs and fried tofu. I'm using 2 pounds of pork butt and pork shoulder, and I'm going to go ahead and marinate my meat 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of regular sugar, and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of baking powder, this is optional, 5 cloves of garlic, and 1/4 cup of fresh fennel. Mix all the ingredients together and marinate for at least 45 minutes before cooking it. If you have time, minced garlic and fennel. Vietnamese thịt kho trứng, that's what we call it. And it's important to have the right sweetness and saltiness in this recipe. I use my own formula, which is 1:2 ratio of salt to sugar. So adding another piece of candy brown sugar makes it perfect. I like to use brown candy sugar because it adds a very nice color to my dish. Heat is high, add in marinated meat. Then add enough water to cover all the meat. While waiting for my meat to cook, I went ahead and boiled 9 eggs. I picked 9 eggs because number 9 is a lucky number in Chinese culture. It represents being complete and eternity. Remove impurities as needed and bring the water to boil and turn the heat down to medium and braise it for about an hour. I added in 2 to 3 chilies because I like my recipe to be on the spicy side. Heat is high, remove shell from boiled eggs and then add in the eggs. Add in fried tofu. By the way, add tofu and eggs in the last 30 minutes of cooking time. Simple and delicious. I hope you enjoy watching these 2 recipes. Now it's your turn to prepare them. Let me know how they turn out. Thank you so much for your time and thank you again for everything. Take care. Bye now. Enjoy. Thank you for your support.